Have you ever had the perception that being a teenager today can be really, really tough and difficult? Growing up with social media, growing up in a time where the political landscape is a little bit unstable, some people talk about like a war or something like this. But a presentation actually was presented today in school, and it was somebody who had like a small little seminar in school. He had this PowerPoint basically where he was breaking down how my country had evolved over the last like 160 years. So over the course of like 160 years, how had our country went from basically extremely poor to one of the richest ones in the world, like not the richest of course, but like in the top percentiles at least. Now, the thing here was that he wanted to encourage us because right now there's a huge, I believe there's a huge, like, we see a lot of like content that's pointing towards danger, that we're pointing in a world that's heading towards disaster. And in some cases, I don't really believe it because in many times we've always been able to solve these things, whatever you like believe in or whatever you want to call it. Whatever issues you believe we have, we can actually solve them. And I know it might seem like very weird, but hear me out. Being a teenager today is really weird because we have social media, and social media just amplifies the emotions that you feel and the opinions that you possess currently. For example, if you really like cats, you will probably see a lot of cat videos and you will have a lot of information about cats. And if you're anything like me, probably because you're watching this video and you have the attention span to stay for more than 1.5 minutes, you probably see a lot of information about danger, politics, people like gender wars or whatever you want to call it, like whatever it is, it's just so much drama. That's the word that highlights all of this. Drama about high level questions that are very, very deep and complex, and people trying to find an easy solution to them. So basically, when people when people just express this, it gets a ton of engagement because it spikes a huge amount of emotions, and then it produces a viral content. And furthermore, when this happens, it amplifies your own emotions because you see all of the engagement, you see all of the like reactions, and then you agree with somebody, you disagree with somebody, maybe even engage in these conversations. The problem with this is because it doesn't portray the actual reality. If you would walk down the street right now and just ask a couple of people, like, what's your opinion about X, for example? I don't even know what you think about, but what's your opinion about like this political ideology or this thing? I'm not going to tell you what to believe in or what to not believe in and so on. But what you will realize is that people are a lot more sane, people are a lot more calm and a lot more nuanced in real life. So please take a step back from this. And how I was able to actually stop scrolling, stop indulging in all of this crap drama content was through just like making a strong mission for myself and changing my environment. And for example, I for a very, very long time had more of a physical mission. So for example, I played sports, I was in school, and then I hung out with friends and I did a bunch of different things, for example. Now it's more of a mental thing. I'm in school, I try to stay productive, I try to record videos for people who want to improve their mental health as well, and their mindset and their overall peace and happiness in life. And once you realize that, the second you actually turn off the YouTube, not the YouTube video oftentimes, but the TikTok, the Instagram Reels, you see that life is actually pretty peaceful once you actually take a step back. You've probably heard the quote that it really is that damn phone. You've probably heard that. But it's more about those damn like drama content. And I'm not trying to like spike a political argument by making drama content about drama people or whatever you want to call it, but this is the thing. What we don't really realize here is that if we just live in the moment, more present with our family members and with people around us, we can realize just how magical life can be, because then we're able to actually take a step back from this like distraction. My father is so much better than I am at this because I'm such a I overthink things very, very often, and I overcomplicate things. That's one of my like negative things. But my father is a lot better than me at just living in the present, being here, being now, spending time in the present moment, and not like believing on all of the warning signs. I can be very fast to hop on like a warning sign if we see that. And when you're susceptible to this type of like content, you very easily get drawn into it, and you very get into this like miserable, unhappy existence. And what you basically have to do is instead of just like feeling super angry at these people when you see that content, you basically have to nurture yourself over time to be less susceptible to this content. This is what I did. It took me like 1 or 2 months to even overcome this in the first place. What I did was that I took these pieces of content, I stopped like trying to engage as much, and I tried to spend more time in other places, like at the gym, in school, etc. Then when I came home, I started to create a little bit of a new mission. Like, okay, so now I've been in school. Okay, I can catch myself. I'm susceptible to this kind of content now when I'm a bit more tired. You start to recognize patterns, and then you can start fill your time up with something else. And this is how I believe we improve our mental health. We take a step back, and then we implement even more like habits and new missions and whatever. And the most important part here is that you do something with your time that actually feels purposeful. It shouldn't be out of like this scarcity mindset of like, I need to get rich now. I need to get a 10 out of 10 physique now. Like, I've made the progress inside of these things. Like, I made the progress, but once I was just focusing on the result, I didn't get the result at all. It just plateaued like crazy, like in fitness. And even on YouTube as well, I think like I haven't posted many videos right now. I think the latest video that I've posted right now is like, what's the video title? I don't really know. It's basically me sitting with a white shirt and discussing something. Then after that, there will be an upload where I wear this jacket as well, and it's more in the evening time. But now I'm going on a bit of a side tangent. But how you can improve your mental health is simple. Take a step back from this and do purposeful missions. If you want to learn more about like this, it's something that I call the Zero Theory. I basically have a free community about this. I have a course, I have material on this that you can just access completely for free because I want to spread this message to as many people as possible. The link is in the description for anybody who's interested. But to give you some practical advice here right now is that ask yourself like, what purposeful thing would I like to do with my time that's actually like productive? It won't feel as much as like work or whatever. For example, for me, it's YouTube. It will come to you more naturally, but you have to give it time. That's the biggest thing. You cannot expect like results instantly. Take some time, ask yourself like, what do I want? And which time frame can I accomplish a subtle change in my like mindset and my paradigm? I'm speaking about this in a previous video. It's something. It's a 5-minute video. It's me wearing a white shirt. I can't really remember. It's probably going to be titled something like "Why You Can't Make Progress in Mental Health as a Beginner." I basically speak about the concept that you first have to do the things that are invisible, and then you can move on to the visible progress. For example, the body, the money, the business, the status, the friends, whatever. First of all, make that shift of improving yourself in like non-recognizable ways basically. But this is really all I have to say for today. If you want to like apply for my like one-to-one coaching, if you feel like that's something you would be interested in, I have a free link for that in the description. I think it's really great if you want like more personal access to me. But yeah, that's something that you can click if you want to. But to be honest, you can just join the free community also. But I hope that you got some value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.